You're
Uh,
quite home.
yeah. My hometown is at Đồng Tháp province. Yes,
How far is that from Canta?
it's the about from Cần Thơ to my house. My hometown is about 110 kilometer 110.
That's a long way. Did you travel by motorbike?
Yes, I
Yeah,
I ride a motorbike when I return my hometown.
that's a long drive. Did it take 2 hours?
Take 3 hours.
3 hours. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to see you both tonight. And one of the things I'll do after our class tonight is send you the lesson for next week. Next week, I've got an interesting lesson on mottos. Mottos are sayings that we live by. Like one motto I love is keep a smile on your face, keep a
Mm-hmm.
song in your heart, and never give up.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's sayings that we tell ourselves to encourage ourselves, like never give up
Yeah.
and try and try. And if you don't succeed, try again.
And
So
uh,
that's,
and how about Emiliano? But David, did you see
well,
him?
he is in California tonight. So he won't be with us. So it'll just be the three of us, although I did invite Taylor to join us. Uh, I don't know if Taylor's working tonight or if she'll be able to join us, but I did send her the note that we'll have a class tonight. And
Oh,
Brian, what are the name of those cards that you showed me at Bachmo's? They had questions on them. Is there a
Um,
name for those cards?
they name is their name is Little Talk.
Little Talk. Could I
hmm
buy those from Amazon? How
I
could,
I'm not sure about that. You can check it. You
uh,
can look.
did you send back David the document? The
well, no, I haven't
Yeah,
sent the document yet because I thought maybe we would do those questions on the cards. If you have those cards, do you
yeah,
have those?
yeah. The question is I mean the question is the document. Yeah, and
Yeah.
but I did send you a document included like 30 questions.
Oh, well, did you send it by email?
Yeah.
Okay, let me check my email and see if I got that.
oh,
I
and I forgot to send Taylor email. Send Taylor an email. I don't know.
okay. Well, let's see. Now, Brian, when did you send those?
Um, Let me check again. No problem. I'm gonna forward it again to you.
Okay, yeah, if you forward that to me, then I'll
Okay.
have that. And Kiet, if you want to email Taylor a link, maybe she might join us tonight.
Yeah. Let me do that now.
Okay.
Okay. Please check the email. Good, David.
All right. Check my email. Okay, haven't got it yet.
Oh,
Let's see. Um,
uh, I think the forward email is not included the attachment.
Yeah,
I tried. Yeah,
you
I
check.
should try. But no problem. Kate will share the screen for three of us.
okay.
Oh,
Um,
why you don't send him by email again?
okay. I just got it. I just got
Yeah.
the connection questions.
Oh,
Mhm.
Okay, let me open that. Okay, it's opening in Word. And there it is. Okay, so here's the first question. And Kiet, I'll ask you the first question. What's a childhood memory that never fails to make you smile? Can you think of one, Kiet? A childhood memory that never fails to make you smile?
uh, Yeah, I think it is swimming. Swimming. I try to learn to swimming. Yeah.
Did you learn to swim as a child?
Yeah. And my father uh, teach me how to do that, and I'm very happy. And when the first time I go down to water, uh, I can swim right away. Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't know why, but I
Wow.
can swim right away.
How old were you, Kiet?
I think at that time I am maybe 7 years old. Yeah,
Wow,
and
that's
I
great.
look at my sister and my brothers. He can swim, and I look at him, look at them. And when I go down to water, I copy them, and I don't know, I can swim right away.
That's
Yeah,
great.
I'm very happy.
And um, so now you're not afraid of the water.
Yes, sure.
Yeah. And Brian, how about you? What's a childhood memory that never fails to make you smile?
Well, I have to think about that. Like, um, when I was a child, the pastime is that holiday. You know, like there's a lot of kids. There was a lot of kids gathering around, like after a long time, long distance, when away, and we just gather around, like yeah, so like thanks to special occasion like this, we
Hmm.
we can have a chance to meet each other.
And you hadn't seen each other in a long time.
Yeah, like uh one time we met, it took like half a year to
Well,
meet because
and how
their
old
parents
were you?
like 10 or 12 years ago.
Yes. So let me ask you a question, Brian. Who is your best friend?
My best friend is I think Eden. uh,
And where does Eden live?
yeah, he's lived nearby my house, but in another district.
Uh-huh.
A man that you met in
Okay.
Morris
Yeah.
And that
or
was okay. Then
apartments.
I have a picture of him then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good.
And
And you've been friends since you were like children?
oh,
Yeah, we we're friends since we're in high school.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, when Kiet was talking about his dad teaching him to swim,
uh-huh.
I remember it brought back a memory to me
Oh.
that my dad taught me to swim when I was about 7 or 8 years old. And my dad was a good swimmer.
Mhm.
And
Oh.
what he did, he made me put my hands on the side of the pool and kick my feet. And he said, just keep kicking your feet and your body will stay afloat. And I did. And then he would hold me on my stomach in the pool while I was kicking my feet. And he showed me how to move my arms.
Oh.
Mhm.
And I learned to swim when I was 7 or 8 years old. And now I go swimming every day except Saturday and Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
But I go swimming 5 days a week now because I love the water. And it's all because my dad taught me to swim when I was young, and I'm not afraid of the water. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a
Mhm.
wonderful thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
and Brian, can I ask you? Usually, how can we do on the question, and we one question for one person, or one question for three of us to answer that?
Yeah, it depends on you. Like we usually do both.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Mhm. Yeah, we can try like the question two, and each of us will give an
Yeah.
answer.
Well, these are good questions. These are very good questions.
Yeah.
This is good conversational English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Brian, let me ask you question number 2.
Mm-hmm.
If you could have a heart-to-heart conversation with anyone, who would it be and why?
Yeah. Yeah, I think um, recently I usually talked with Uncle Morris. Yeah, because he is a wholesome person, you know.
Yes.
Well, yeah, we just gather go out
Yeah.
every Sunday and yeah, spend like 1 hour, 2 hours together talking each other. Yeah.
Wonderful.
And
Now, will you see Uncle Morris today?
Yeah, I'm gonna see him like 4 p.m.
Oh, good.
today.
Well, give him my greetings.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
and
give
and
him
what does it mean? Wholesome, wholesome person.
wholesome. And can you tell Kiet what the word wholesome means in Vietnamese?
Actually, I don't know. Like, it just came up in my mind
Yeah.
because I think in English.
Well, what that means, Kiet, is someone that you feel safe around, someone
Oh,
that doesn't want anything from you,
yeah.
someone that just is a friend because they have a kind heart and they love you as a person. And with Uncle Morris, I can tell you he loves your souls.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Home,
Mm-hmm.
he loves your souls. And as Christians, we believe that the soul goes back to God after we die. And God uh, knows everything we've done in our life. And he will make a judgment on our lives based on what we've done and whether or not we loved other people and we forgave them. And life is too short to hate anyone. So we must forgive everyone. That's one of Jesus' primary teachings. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. And that's in Matthew 5. And that's one of the greatest chapters in the Bible, Matthew 5.
Mm-hmm.
Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. And wholesome is like pure, pure in heart. They don't
Mm.
have any evil thoughts.
Yeah, yeah, I got that.
And
Yeah.
and I've known Uncle Morris for 20 years, and he's one of the most wholesome men I've ever known. And Brian, that's a wonderful word. The word
Mm-hmm.
wholesome is a
Yeah,
word. In fact, I teach an English class on Saturday afternoons,
Oh,
and I'm going to use that word in my English class next week on Saturday afternoon.
yeah.
yeah,
It's a good word. It's a
yeah.
very good word. Yeah, very good word.
Mm.
Uh, and so, Kiet, let me ask you that same question. If you could have a heart-to-heart talk with anyone, who would it be and why?
Yeah, I think my best friends. Yeah. She uh, she is a girl. Yeah. And when I we always talk about the life, the loves, and when we are sad, we share it to each other. And uh, yeah, we can share anything in the world. Yeah.
Yes. And that's the kind of people that it's uh, wonderful to have heart-to-heart talks with.
Yes.
And again, that's one of my favorite phrases, heart-to-heart talk. One of the things I taught in my English classes in Vietnam is for people to learn how to say heart-to-heart talk. And we have another expression in English, maybe you've learned that, and that's we see eye to eye.
Oh, yeah.
Seeing eye to eye means that we agree. And if we don't agree, we say we don't see eye to eye. And so those are phrases we use. And heart to heart is one of my favorite phrases, and eye to eye. This afternoon, my English class, it had good chemistry because we all were in agreement. We all saw eye to eye.
Yeah.
And it made the class good.
And can I ask you? Yesterday, I heard someone said, "You are an apple of my eyes." What does it
Okay,
mean?
yeah. The apple of my eye, that's an idiom or slang for meaning that you are like a dream come true. You are someone like my dad would say about me, you're the apple of my eye, meaning that you are my dream come true, because my dad always wanted a son. And so I was his first child, and I was a son.
Yeah.
And it's the same in Vietnam. A parent, of course, my students in Hanoi would say, if somebody had a girl first and then a boy, they got 10 points. And that was the highest because they had the girl to take care of the boy.
Oh, yeah, I got
But that way the father had a son, but he had a little girl to take care of the son, like a second mother.
Yeah.
So the son would get a lot of attention and a lot of love.
Yeah. Thank you. And how about you, back David? If you could have her.
I think that the heart-to-heart talk, and I have to agree with Brian, I've always enjoyed talking to Bach Mo. And we see eye to eye on everything.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful because we agree on everything. And somebody that I used to have lots of heart-to-heart talks with was my mother. My mother and I were extremely close, and she was a teacher, and she influenced me to become a teacher.
Yeah.
And another man, I had a high school teacher. He was my English and my journalism teacher, and his name was Mr. Metz. And when I was 17 years old, my sister, who was only 1 year younger than me, she died a tragic accident, a tragic death. And I was so close to my sister that I dropped out of high school. I only had 4 months before I graduated from high school, but I quit school. But my English teacher came to my house and he said, David, please come back to school. He said, you are smart and, in Vietnamese, zat to minh, very clever. He said, you come back to school because you have a good future. If you will finish high school, you will go and get a scholarship to college and you'll do well in college. And so I went back to high school. I graduated and he inspired me to go to college, and I graduated with a degree in journalism, writing. And then I went back to college and got a teaching credential to become a teacher. And it was because I was a teacher that I got to come to Vietnam. And the 9 years I had in Vietnam were the richest, most wonderful years of my life. And because of people like you two. You two are like sons to me. And it's a stronger relationship than just a teacher and student. It's really like father and sons.
Yeah.
Because I look at both of you as sons.
Yeah, thank you.
And Taylor loves both of you very much also. And she looks at you as big brothers.
Yeah.
And so the relationship I have with my students in Vietnam is very strong. And like seeing you two for the first time in Canta
Yeah.
warmed my heart. And I still have a picture of you on my screensaver. So I
Yeah.
see you there at Bach Mo's house on my screensaver. So that's really wonderful.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful thing.
Thank you. Thank you.
But that's a good question. These are good questions. I really love these questions. In fact, I'm going to use them next week in my English class because
Oh,
they're such good conversational English class
yeah.
questions. So what's a quality in a friend that you highly value and appreciate, Kit? Can you tell me about your friend that's a girl that you are close to? What quality does she have that you value and appreciate the most?
Uh, uh, Brian, chữ chân thành là nói sao ta?
Sincerely.
Yeah, and
Okay, sincerity.
sincerity.
And
Yeah.
that's part of sincerity is honesty.
Honesty.
Honesty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's somebody you can trust.
Yes, right. And
Yeah.
we don't care about we are poor or we are rich, and we just connect play. I don't know how to say. We don't là sao kiểu ta kiểu nói không phân biệt người không phân biệt là người này là giàu hay nghèo rồi đó.
Like no matter what, who, like no matter how rich or poor condition they are, they just love and
Yes.
connect each
Yeah,
other.
and when we feel sad or feel happy, and we can share to each other. Yeah.
Yes. And that quality, the word for that in English is compassion and
Oh,
empathy.
compassion.
Empathy means I feel your pain in my heart. And empathy is one of my favorite words. Sympathy is when we feel sad when someone has died.
Oh,
But empathy is me feeling your pain in my heart.
Mhm.
And that's a very wonderful quality.
yeah.
Yeah. And your friend, what's her name, Kiet?
Her name is Như.
Như.
Như. Yeah.
Yeah. And Brian, how about you? What quality do you most appreciate in a good friend?
Like I would say empathy. Like
Mhm.
we thanks to empathy we can spend like hours to talk to each other. Yeah, like
Yeah.
for example, me and Uncle Morris, when it came to English class or beyond that, we have we have lots of conversation, lot of lesson to learn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. Because he's got empathy and compassion and he's got appreciation for both of you.
Mhm.
When he decided to have me teach you a few years ago or a year ago, he said, these are my top two students. And so he prizes you both as very, very top quality students that have a lot of good qualities.
Yeah.
And not only do you both have the quality to learn English, but you have the quality to learn about life lessons.
Yeah.
Because what Makmo and I want more than anything else is to share with you the wisdom that God has shared with us and to be guides to your life, to help steer your life and give you counsel, give you advice, because we're both, Uncle Bakmo, I think he's 80 now, and I'm 77, so we're quite a bit older than both of you. So we have a lot of life wisdom that life has given us. So
Yeah.
we'd like to share with you. Yeah, those are good qualities.
And how about you?
Well, the quality, both of you mentioned the quality that I prize probably number one in a friend is empathy
Yeah.
and compassion. But I also prize honesty. My mother was the most honest person I ever met. And I wanted to be like her when I was a child. And so she taught me not to lie and not to betray confidences. When someone shares a secret with me, I try to keep that secret, because when I promise not to tell a secret, I want to keep my promise and be honest so that other people could trust me. So those are good qualities that we just talked about. Empathy, honesty, and also compassion, feeling for other people. And that was one of the qualities I love in Jesus. Jesus had compassion. And to think about it now, I would say that if there was one person I could talk to for just 5 minutes, I would want to talk to Jesus for 5 minutes and just ask him questions, because he would be a good person to ask questions to about life. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to share something with you here that I hope I can share this. But I want to share. I'm going to put my computer, aiming it out the window to show you. Oh, but I got my background, so you can see my face.
Yeah.
But if I put my computer, you'll see a beautiful sunset. There's a beautiful sunset out there tonight. I don't know if you could see the beautiful sunset or not.
You have to turn off the background.
Okay. How do I turn off the background?
Okay.
Oh, do I go up here?
Yeah. Okay. Let me share you how to turn off.
And with the stars.
Yeah.
And
You see none. You see none.
let's see. Let me get my mouse here. Yeah, we're having a beautiful sunset right now, and I want to share the sunset with you. So if I turn off visual effects,
Yeah.
Okay, now there, and if I can point you out the window, I don't know if you can see a beautiful sunset out there or not.
Yeah. I saw that.
In the
Yeah.
trees, there's a beautiful sunset.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
But
It's one of the,
but now in your country it is 7:30 p.m.
yes, 7:30. Yep, 7:30 p.m.
Oh,
So the sun,
it's still right.
Yeah,
It's still right. The sun still up.
yes, sun's still up. Yeah, but I wanted to share that with you because I could see it out my window, and it's just beautiful tonight. And I wish you could be here with me in my living room to see the sunset, because it's very beautiful tonight. Let me just plug in the computer again.
In Vietnam at 7 p.m. we cannot see the sun.
Yeah, it's dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and behind me there's a painting of the Mekong Delta.
Yeah.
Some of my friends bought that because they knew I loved Vietnam, and so that would make it good. Okay, let me look at the next question here. The next question, number 4, share a moment when someone's kindness made a significant impact on your life. I'll just tell you about something that happened to me today in the class where I was, that one of the ladies took my computer because it was heavy, and she carried it into the library where I teach.
Mhm.
And it was just a little act of kindness. But see, that's the kind of thing my students in Vietnam did. Whether boy or girl, if I had something heavy, like a heavy bag, they would take the heavy bag. And that was an act of kindness. And that was the little things like that is why THØI Vietnam. And it's because
Yeah.
of little acts of kindness. And today, one of my students, Elena, carried it. She's from Mexico, and she's from the same state as Emiliano, Zacatecas. Like in Vietnam, they have provinces. Well, in Mexico, they have states like we do in America. And this girl that took my computer, she's from the same state Emiliano is from. So Brian, share with me a moment when someone's kindness made a significant impact on your life.
Whoa. There's a lot of kindness, but it's hard to pick up one.
Yes. Yeah, it's
Whoa.
kind of hard just to pick up one. Yep. Yeah.
I
Could
have,
you think of one that comes to your mind right away?
yeah, I think of Uncle Morris.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you, you know, in the past, I didn't, didn't talk with the foreigner, yeah, so much. So it came to my mind that the foreigner, they are really, they have a different culture and we cannot connect to each other.
Right.
And the time that I saw you and Uncle Morris and his friend, they are friendly. So there's a connection between us within our heart to heart.
Yes.
And it's changed. It totally changed my mind. Yeah, I think, yeah, yeah.
Well, Brian, do you think that the reason there was a connection between you and Bach Mo was because of his connection to God?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes a person's connection to God really connects us to one another. Yep. And Kiet, how about you?
Yeah,
Um,
in the past, I remember that when I have an traffic accident, yeah, and on the stranger, that's called the stranger, the people we don't know, yeah,
a
they
stranger. Hmm.
stranger, yeah,
Yes, a stranger.
stranger.
Yep.
Hmm. Yeah, they came to my place and helped me to carry the motorbike, carry me. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Actually, I want to mention this.
Yeah,
Like the Vietnamese people are, they're willing to help when you had motorbike accident.
yeah,
No matter what you who you are, they just came up and helped you.
yeah. They asked me how how are you, and they asked me, yeah, are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very remember that. Yeah, that is the kindness. That is the kindness.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I think that's a part of a culture. Like we didn't, we hardly ignore when someone had an accident.
accident. Yeah.
Hmm.
yeah.
And how about you, bác David?
Well, I I am touched by kindness. Kindness. I have a motto about kindness. And that is that kindness is always in season. In other words, there's never a time when kindness is inappropriate. Kindness is always appropriate. Kindness does not condemn. It doesn't judge people. And kindness does not condone or agree with wrong. But kindness leaves no scars. A scar is when you get a cut and there's a mark in your arm where it healed. You can see that you were wounded, and it never goes away on your skin. But kindness never leaves a scar. It never hurts anyone. And Jesus said, be as harmless as a dove. A dove cannot harm anyone or anything. Jesus never hurt anyone. He didn't ever harm anyone. And so that's why Jesus is our model for our behavior, because he never hurt anyone. He never hit anyone. And so that's impressive to me. And the two workers, teachers like Bach Mo that I met 55 years ago were kind to me in a way that I will never forget. And that kindness really impresses me. And I really appreciate that. Yeah. Really appreciate that. Okay. These are really good questions. These are excellent questions. Brian, what's a book, movie, or song that you feel a strong emotional connection to? Is there a movie or a book or a song?
I think recently a Bible.
Yeah.
Whenever I read it, I just have a lesson to learn. They just came up, randomly, and I learned something. Sometimes I've got struggle, and I
Yes.
just read a Bible, and it gives me a lesson to learn.
Yes.
It's a miracle.
Yes. I read my Bible every morning when I get up, and then I read it at night before I go to sleep, because it gives me something good to think about before I go to sleep at night.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the
And
Bible
Mars
is
gave me a Bible, and I always carry along with me.
good. Very good. Yeah. That's wonderful. Yeah. And Kiet, how about you? What song or movie or book has
I think the movie, and the Vietnamese movie that's called Bố già, but it mean in English it means old father. Yeah, old father. This is a Vietnamese movie. When I watch it on the uh, theater, right?
theater?
Yeah,
Yeah.
theater. Yeah, I am crying. Yeah, I'm crying.
So it moves you deeply.
Yes, because the cái nội dung của bộ phim này nói sao ta?
The content.
Content of the film, of the movie is we need to respect our father. Yeah, and when father still alive, yeah, we need to appreciate him and respect him, because when he die, we will uh, we will feel very upset.
Yes.
It is lost something very big. You
Yes.
you understand?
I do understand. There's a Vietnamese song that my students told me the words to about our mothers that kind of goes along the same line as with our father, that they're with us for breakfast in the morning and then they're gone in the afternoon, just like a gentle breeze. And then we miss them, but they stay alive in our heart forever.
Yes, yes,
Mhm.
yes.
As all through our life, they stay alive, and they stay alive in our heart. Yes, yes, our mothers and our fathers. Now, Kit, is both your mother and father still alive?
Yes, they still alive.
And Brian, how about you? Are your mother and father both still alive?
Yeah, they're still alive.
Good.
Yeah,
Well,
and
treasure them.
Yeah.
Just treasure them and spend quality time together, just
yeah,
talking.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's why
Are you,
because in the weekend I return my hometown and meet them.
mhm.
I'm very happy about that.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. Um, that's one of the things that I treasure about your culture. The Vietnamese place great value on family and great value on mothers and fathers and grandparents.
Mm.
Mhm.
I treasure that. I have 6 grandchildren, and they never call me.
Mm.
So if I want to talk to my grandchildren, like last night, I called my oldest grandson because I sent him an email, and I asked him in the email, tell me if you get this, and he never responded. So I
Mm.
called him last night and I said, Caden, did you get the email that I sent you about my story about going to Minnesota?
Mm.
And he said, oh, well, I got it, Grandpa, but I didn't have time to read it. And so I'll read it when I have time. And
No.
so in Vietnam, if your grandparents sent you an email and asked you to respond, you would do it
Yeah.
because you value your grandparents.
Yeah. Usually we call to see each other. Yeah.
Yes.
Talk to each other very much.
And see, that's the biggest difference between American culture and Vietnamese culture. Vietnamese culture values family very strongly
Yes.
and and respects each other. And one time I asked in one of my English classes in Hanoi, and I said, raise your hand if you told your parents you love them today. No one raised their hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I said, well, raise your hand if you've ever told your parents you love them, and no one raised their hand. And I said, well, how do your parents know that you love them if you don't tell them? And they said, well, we spend time together. That's how we express our love.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's wonderful. You spend time together.
Yeah. That,
Yes.
if now you tell me to say to my parents I love them, I cannot do that.
Yeah. Because that's not part of your culture.
Yes, it's
Mhm.
very
Yeah.
hard to say.
Yeah. Yeah. These are very good questions. It'll be interesting to ask my Spanish speaking students next
Oh.
Saturday because the Mexican culture is a lot like Vietnamese culture.
Oh.
Very strong family bond.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Mexicans and the Vietnamese are very warm, very family, strong family values. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Uh, and of course, I would have to agree with Brian. The book that means the most to me is the Bible because I read it every day, and
Yeah.
I get inspiration
Mhm.
for my soul
Mm-hmm.
from the Bible. Okay, question number 6. Describe a challenge you faced that ultimately made you a stronger person. And a challenge is something like a difficult experience. And
Oh.
um, so, Brian, what experience in life was a difficult experience, but it made you a stronger person because of it?
Yeah, I think like when I did an entrance exam, you know,
Yeah.
entrance exam
To
to go to
college?
the college.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, that's very challenging because um my family, you know, they want me to go to the college that they want. But
Yes.
actually, I want to go to that college too because it has a high quality and good and, you know, an affordable tuition fee
Yes. Hmm.
for my family, and that's really a challenging experience. Like because everybody around me, like around the city, the students, they all willing to go to that college, and and at that time I spent really hard time to study English, literature, and math and history, and I never thought that I can go to that college when I was like in secondary school. Like it's far beyond me. You know, that's my dream college, and I never thought that one day that I can, you know, participated in that college, and you know, eventually I can I graduate. I don't I study. I'm studying in it right now, and
And
I really feel grateful. Yeah.
what year in college are you, Brian? Is this your last
I'm
year?
yeah, my last year. I'm a fourth year
Uh-huh. We'd call that
English
a
major here.
senior. Hmm.
Yeah. We call
Well,
that
good.
college is it's actually a university.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
call it Cần Thơ University. That's one
Oh,
of
yeah.
biggest.
Yeah.
It's a top seven biggest universities in Vietnam.
Well, and it probably has a very good reputation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Okay.
good. Yeah, and how would you answer the same question, Kiet?
Yeah, the challenge challenge with me is I used to be very sick, and I need to stay at the hospital. Ủa? Ở bệnh viện hospital đúng không? Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
the hospital in 2 months. 2 months.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I have a problem with my lung.
Hmm.
Lung. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I thought I was die, but I come over that. Uh, that's challenging to me. I need to have surgery. Uh, the surgery. What it means?
Surgery. That's right.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm very scared of that. I have five five times to do surgery.
Surgery.
Yeah,
Oh.
Uh-huh.
yeah. I,
Well,
I thought I will die, but that made me very strong today. Yeah.
what when was the last time you were in the hospital for your lungs?
I think 4 years ago. 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
W-
Well, I pray for both of you, and I pray that the Lord would protect you from evil and the evil one, the devil. And I pray for both of you that God would protect you from harm, from illness, and from injury. And God would keep you and watch over you. And Jesus told us that we all have a guardian angel watching over us. And the closer we draw near to God, the more chance we have of surviving injury and harm and the evil one, devil. Because the devil always tries to keep us from reading the Bible. But reading the Bible will keep us from the devil. So it's one way we can fight the devil is by reading God's word, the Bible. Yeah, that's so important. Yeah, and I would say the biggest challenge in my life was when I came to Vietnam.
Yeah, I thought that.
Yeah, it was very difficult for me because I was 57 years old.
Mhm.
And of course, I didn't know one word of Vietnamese. And I was very frightened by the motorbikes. And I couldn't stand the constant horn honking, all the noise. And it made me just feel like I was going to explode. And so the first 3 months I lived in Hanoi were the most difficult 3 months of my life. And I always wanted to go home. But I promised, I gave my word I would stay for 6 months. And so I had to try to stay for 6 months. And I've been writing a book for the last 10 years called Hanoi Journal. And it's about my life in Vietnam. And I'm about to finish chapter 5 about how I came to a point after being there for 3 months that I realized that Vietnam was not my problem. My problem was me. I was the problem because I hadn't really accepted the fact that I had to change. I could not change Vietnam. I had to change me. And that's when things got better, when I realized that.
Yeah.
But why Vietnam?
Well, I was invited to come teach at an English center that a friend of Bach Mo and mine had. His name was Brahm, and Brahm was from Australia, and he was very rich. And he wanted to do something to help Vietnam. And so what he did is he started this English center in which people like Bach Mo came and not only taught English, but they taught about the Bible.
Yeah.
And so that's the way that we thought we could help Vietnam, is introducing the Bible to students like yourselves. But for me, it was really hard because I'm not a Bible teacher like Bach Mo is, but I was just there as an English teacher, but I could share with my students what I believed about God and about the Bible. And so I stayed for 9 years, and in those 9 years, I came to love my students like my own sons and daughters. And it's easy to teach people you love.
Yeah.
And what
And
is
that
the name of the English center?
The English Center was called Clasp English Center. It's no longer in existence.
Oh yeah.
When Brahm decided to close the English Center in Hanoi, I bought some of the books so that I could open my own English Center in my house. And so I opened a little English Center in my house, and I had classes every night in my house. And then that's the way I got enough to live on. And most importantly, I made connections with people like you that became my students and also became like my children. And that was a wonderful thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I
But
think.
those first 3 months were hard, difficult.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
have 6 minutes left. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we will.
All right. Well, let's talk about this let's go question number 7. What's something you've been curious about lately and want to explore further? Kiet, how about you? What's something you've been curious about lately and you want to explore further?
I I don't know. uh, let me think. Let me think.
Okay.
Curious mean.
You want to know something. You
Oh,
want to know the answer to something.
yeah, yeah. I I want to know how to become a famous YouTuber. Yeah, because now I have a YouTube channel. Yeah, I start to do that. Yeah, and uh, yeah, now it got 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, I'm very happy
Wow.
about that. And I hope
Wow.
in the future I will become a famous YouTuber. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you'll have to send me the link to your YouTube channel.
Yes, my YouTube channel is about the wrong agriculture wrong. You remember that I taught one time
Agriculture.
agriculture
Drone.
wrong
Yeah.
the wrong.
Drones.
Yeah.
Yeah, the drones that spray the crops in
Yeah.
Vietnam.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my
Yeah.
channel.
I'd like to see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me send you after this meeting.
Yeah. And Brian, how about you? What's something you've been curious about lately that you want to explore further?
Mm-hmm. Like I've been living with my family like 20 years, and I really want to live in expect culture, expect environment.
Uh-huh.
Hmm. I I have a plan to get a visa to Australia in like 3 or 4 years later, and I try to move to another English speaking countries that I love, like America and yeah, Canada. I want to try, you know.
Mm.
Well,
Ooh.
that's good. That's a good goal, Brian. Very good goal.
And one thing I want to share it is I am want to travel around Vietnam. Yeah, I want in the future I can explore on the province in Vietnam. In Vietnam, yeah, because
Yeah.
Vietnam is a beautiful country, and I very love to see the mountain, the sea, uh, in and I want to go to the biggest mountain in Vietnam one time.
Yeah. Yeah. Mount Fancy Pan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's near. Yeah.
And I
I've
hope
been
to
there.
see you one day in Denver.
Yes. Yes. That'd be very wonderful. Be
Yeah.
wonderful if I could take you both to our Sunday morning meeting.
Hmm.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. Well, I'm going to say chúc mừng nong. I'm
Yeah.
I I will say goodnight to you both. And this has been one of our best classes. And I love these questions, Brian. These
Hmm.
questions are wonderful, wonderful
Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
questions.
you.
Thank you
Well, you,
very much for
well, you
with us
Yeah.
for with us.
Thank
come,
you
come,
for spending time with us.
come kazido kan, come kazido.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good
Thank you.
Yeah.
night to you, back David.
Good night to both of
Yeah.
you.
See you
And
next week.
remember to keep a smile on your face, a song in
Yeah.
your heart, and never give up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank
Never give
you.
up.
Yeah. Bye
We'll
bye.
talk to you
Goodbye.
next Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Bye bye.
Bye
Goodbye.
bye for now. Night night.
See you.